Behavioral economics is especially important in the field of international development. The US and UK and continental European governments have all spent hundreds of millions of dollars and pounds over the past 5 decades trying to implement positive public health, public safety, public education programs in Africa and Asia, Latin America, what have you. And all of these programs have been very well intentioned. They've been well thought out on paper. And so, for example, you've seen programs in Tanzania where they put in soap dispensers in public restrooms to encourage people to wash their hands and thus cut down on illness. You've seen programs in Afghanistan that have brought the world to Afghanistan's doorstep by building schools that are fully internet equipped with modern libraries. You've seen housing in southern Jordan that provides shelter from the heat of the desert sun and the cold of the desert evenings as an alternative to the tents that people have historically been living in the Wadi Rum and for places further south in Jordan. Only to have, interestingly, very little to show for these valiant efforts. In the case of Jordan, people ended up just building tents next to the concrete housing that the government had built for them. In the case of hand sanitizer in Tanzania, the dispensers go unused. In the case of Afghanistan, children are still not going to school because parents do not see the immediate economic value and benefit of doing that. And so lots of man hours, lots of money, lots of time, and lots of hopes have been dashed because with this giant effort, there's been little measurable outcome. So what's very interesting about what Prime Decision is doing in the field of behavioral economics in general is how do you take a good idea on paper and make it a great reality with measurable outcomes. In this day and age, development budgets in the US and the UK and in continental Europe are shrinking. So governments no longer have the luxury of trying the same old thing over and over again just to achieve the 90% solution. And the 90% solution is no solution at all unless people are washing their hands, unless people are going to school, unless people are sleeping in the houses that you've built. It's ultimately a failed program. However well-intentioned, however much effort and time and energy people have put in. But we certainly can no longer confuse actions with outcome or activity with results. We need to be results-oriented.